kaya dan miskin bukan seberapa banyak harta kita yang kita miliki, tapi seberapa banyak harta yang kita keluarkan, yang kita berikan. Karena nilai dari kehidupan kita bukan dinilai dari berapa rupiahnya, berapa emasnya, tetapi kemanusiaannya. Karena nilai tertinggi dari kita adalah berbuat baik, kebermanfaatan, dan bagaimana kita bisa terus bertumbuh dalam kedamaian. Ujungnya menuju kepada kebahagiaan. Terima kasih.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today. Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Southeast Asia and also the world. Rise and shine, everyone. Welcome to the C Morning Show right here on C Today, 6 a.m. early in the morning. It is going to be a great Saturday today, 3rd of February 2024. And as always, it is a great pleasure to bring you guys your morning news. So we have top stories from Indonesia and also around the world within the next 3 hours. So we have also a couple of talk shows that are surely worth to wait. So guys, I'm Rahma Landi, and of course I'm not going to do the show all by myself. I have my beautiful Shafira and the handsome man over there.
Good morning. Good morning. And we have to congratulate her.
We do.
Because
We do.
Just congratulated.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So you are now the
Specialist.
for dentist.
Endodontic.
Nice. Tell us about it.
Congratulations.
How was the test? It must have been quite the pressure for you.
It was 2 years learning, right?
3 years.
3 years.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
3 years of doing schooling, but alhamdulillah, it passed.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Because she have to manage all her time with families, working, and you are still meeting with your patients.
I'm
Yeah.
still alive, guys.
Yes.
I mean, you guys, no, for sure, I know that Shafira witnessed my ups and downs already. The wardrobe witnessed it, but everything went smoothly already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Worth the time. Worth the time.
Woohoo! All right, good morning everyone. My name is Shafira, and in addition to what Rahma just said about the talk shows, one of them is we will have a chat about dog yoga. Wow, and it turns out there are good reasons for pet owners to try it. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and also you can connect with us on social media at C2D News on Instagram, Twitter, also YouTube.
And hello, good morning. I'm your host, Sati Vermesi, and I'd like to greet our viewers that are now able to tune in from Foxtel's Flash app or Foxtel's Flash Australia, Macau Cable TV Channel 84, Vision Philippines Channel 58, Air Cable Philippines, and Singtel Singapore Channel 15, and finally Star Hub Channel 720. If you guys are tuning in from those channels, thank you so much for joining, and we will start our show now with the headlines.
Chinese New Year celebration is just around the corner, and many locations in Indonesia are preparing to welcome the Year of the Dragon.
Sultan Ibrahim of Johor was sworn in as the new Malaysian king on Wednesday and will serve a 5-year term.
A truck loaded with gas exploded in Kenya's capital.
A Houston, Texas airport was transformed into a winter wonderland following the accidental release of firefighting foam on Thursday morning. Oh, there you go.
Your homeland.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Messi.
I think calling
He was
it.
like, oh.
I think
Have you
calling
remember
it.
that?
I think calling it a winter wonderland is a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
what was it? What a fire extinguisher?
Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Foams everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So, because I was like, what? This is February. This
Yeah.
is the 3rd of February. Winter Wonderland is still on?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
supposed to be passed on, right?
Right.
Yeah, the thing is, the climate is real, guys.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I don't know about you guys out there, but here in Indonesia, we are experiencing lots of wars, right? From
Yes.
day until nighttime. Some parts of Indonesia are actually having floods here and there. But again, people may say that, hey, there's always a blessing in disguise when it comes to rain, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the blessing is for real, because we are going to enter the Chinese New Year, the Year of Dragon.
Right.
Maybe there's some correlation
Exactly.
to that, right? Oh, now regarding to the Chinese New Year, so Chinese clockwork treasures from the Forbidden City in Beijing are on display for the first time together at a major new exhibition in London Science Museum.
The display involves the intricate Zimingzong musical clocks that were made in Britain and sent to China to please Chinese emperors.
Zimingzong means bells that wing themselves and were extremely popular with Chinese emperors in the 18th century. These elaborate moving and musical clocks were made by the British, who struggled to pronounce the Chinese name of their clocks and called them sing-songs instead. They were first named Zimingzong by the Kangxi Emperor, who reigned between 1662 to 1722. He became fascinated by automata after early European missionaries to China brought the clocks as gifts. Her collection soon formed inside the Forbidden City, which is a palace complex in Beijing that served as the seat of political power in China for more than 500 years and has become a World Heritage Site. The elaborately decorated clocks were functional timepieces, but featured moving parts and music to amuse emperors. British clockmakers soon realized the potential of the Chinese market and began producing pieces like the 23 units that are on display at the Science Museum.
So the British makers intended that the Zimingzong would be sent out to China, so they used designs that they hoped would appeal to the emperors. In some cases they didn't get that quite right. There's a sort of view of the imagined East in many cases because the makers simply hadn't been to China themselves. But then, nevertheless, the emperors loved the Zimingzong, collected hundreds of them.
Clockwork timepieces and automata were expensive and rare in China, so they were limited to the ruling elite. Regional officials who were hoping to curry favor with the emperor bought such items from Britain and took them to the Forbidden City as gifts. Britain became the heart of Zimingchong production, with manufacturers using expensive gilded metals to produce the opulent clocks in the 18th century.
In the 18th century, that really was a golden era of British clockmaking. This was the era of the development of the marine chronometer and things like that. So, as you say, the very intricate pieces, yes, and that sort of timekeeping ability was put into the Zimingchong, as well as the beautiful elements and the moving parts and that sort of thing.
The exhibition opens just ahead of Chinese New Year, which falls on February 10 this year. The Spring Festival starts on the new moon and falls between late January and late February annually. Zimingchong clockwork treasures from China's Forbidden City last from February 1 to June 2, 2024 at the Science Museum in London.
All right, let's move on to our next story now. It's from Malaysia. For many, Kuala Lumpur is well known for its iconic Twin Towers and ethnically diverse people.
But as a growing economic hub in Southeast Asia, many may not know about the potential of its creative economy, arts, and cultural sectors that are scattered in all around the city.
When you hear the word Kuala Lumpur, what comes to your mind? It's the business and shopping, isn't it? But what if I tell you that there is a hidden neighborhood, that there is many art and creative treasures, just like at the downtown? In a seemingly sleepy corner of Kampung Atap, Kuala Lumpur, lies an underground, vibrant community of creatives nested in a renovated 1950s building. Tucked away as a secret hideout for indie goods, Zhongshan Building is a 4-story creative hub consisting of artists, local brands, and artisans from many different disciplines. The hub is as diverse as it gets. It's ranging from a rare music collection, a sustainably sourced home goods, a progressive artist studio, a batik social enterprise, to customized notebooks and little cafes.
That we thought that, you know, it would be interesting to put them together in a place where we can all exchange ideas, like a small community.
In line with government's plan to transform KL into a cultural and creative city, accessible and inclusive creative hubs are necessary to create a thriving ecosystem to foster partnership and collaboration among local artists or artisans. In fact, Malaysian art and creative industry has contributed to national GDP of more than 1,000 million Malaysian ringgit by 2016. If the industry is to be supported even more, it could be a major economy contributor, while also promoting the city's distinct cultural identity. But it certainly takes a whole village to do it. As of now, Zhongshan could be a turning point for the city to become a home and safe space for creatives to freely innovate and collaborate.
So being in that mix of creativeness, it also helps us become creative and think of new ideas. Just like, you know, that's why you need inspirations to create new things and do new things as well. So that's why it's so much of a synergy here.
Far more than just a static retail space, Zhongshan has become a dynamic hub where creatives are not just given freedom to experiment, but also to create impact. For example, as a 100% nature-based home supplies, Remedy choose to settle in Zhongshan to prevent themselves from creating an online carbon footprint. Meanwhile, Inka is a batik social enterprise that empowers local artisans and partners with groups of refugees as well as people with disabilities to preserve the Malaysian heritage. On the corner of the building is a small studio owned by Dipali Gupta, a feminist artist whose works revolve around female sexuality and woman empowerment. However, although the hub helps boost the income of these artists and artisans, many locals still don't know about this place, and the creative industry in general still lacks enough support from the local government.
I think if everyone focuses in what they're good at and we have the support of the government or the corporates to just trust the artists or the artisans to do what they do, I think that's all we need. A lot of times we see that corporates or government, they try to bring in other talents, but I think we have enough talents. They just need opportunity and platform.
Zhongshan might be the beating heart of the art scene in the city, but the breadth of this building could only last as long as everyone comes together as one to put Kuala Lumpur on the world's cultural map. Art could come in many forms. Even ideas, experiments, and even the sandwich could be a part of art as well. And when it is practiced with intention and passion, not only it can boost creative economy, but it could also bring impact to society as well. Adelia Dinda and Dipta Diwiguna for See Today.
Now, that was one of my favorite cities in Southeast Asia and indeed the world, Kuala Lumpur. But if you want to visit like a smaller city, you might want to go to Demak in central Java, where you can check out a local eatery that not only serves spicy dishes, but also offers a spicy drink experience.
That is so true, Messi. Now, one must-try menu is called Mi Kopiok, where you can actually pair the flavorful menu with a hit drink infused with spices.
In Demak, Central Java, there's an eatery that serves up a unique cuisine known as Mi Kopiok. The dish is famed for its spicy kick, and don't forget about the accompanying drink.
Ini udah makannya pedas, minumnya pedas, terus bikin keringet tuh kalau orang Jawa tuh ngomongnya gembrobos gitu. Dan ini asik banget loh, apalagi ini musim hujan. Cocok banget buat musim hujan kayak gini, makannya hangat, pedes, mantap, minumnya juga panas, terus di badan itu bisa menyehatkan.
To prepare Mi Kopiok, you need a blend of various spices, but essentially there are several ingredients to make it become distinctive food to serve.
Resepnya itu kan cuma bawang putih sama yang biasa, bawang putih sama minyak sendiri, tambah lontong, juga tambah tahu sama kerupuk. Bawang putihnya itu menonjol sekali. Bawang putih sendiri kan juga bisa untuk obat bayan.
The garlic should be fried before being crushed, hence the taste is good to be immersed with other ingredients. Peanuts play a crucial role as well, topping noodles, rice cake, and bean sprouts before being drenched in broth. To spice things up, an additional plate of chilies is served alongside with Mi Kopiok. And you can savor the distinctive dish for just 16,000 rupiah. If you happen to visit Angkringan Bajo, make sure to order their special drink, a delightful mix of ginger and other spices that perfectly complements the Mi Kopiok experience. See Today contributor reporting from Demak, Central Java.
There you go, drinks with spices. So that reminds me of our beloved jamu here in Indonesia, that we are proud of.
Yes.
Drinking jamu. I can still remember the first jamu that I drank was beras kencur.
Beras kencur.
Because it was very sweet, right?
Yeah.
And the color is a bit white-ish.
Yeah.
Not too white as like milk. But
Broken white.
That's a good one. Broken white. But I thought at that time it was milk.
Oh, yeah.
So my mom said, this is a different kind of milk, but still sweet. She said. So she asked me to try it, and then I love jamu ever since. How about you guys, Missy?
I really like beras kencur juga. Beras kencur too, I should say. Exactly. And kunyit asam I really like too.
I love
it.
kunyit asam, especially when you put the ice on it.
Exactly.
Right.
So delicious, so refreshing.
Right, so speaking of refreshing, guys, we are going to refresh ourselves. And so we are set for our very first short break. So when we return, we still have news from around Indonesia when we come back, so don't miss it.
Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik ya.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the daily dose of entertainment.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar.
Hey guys, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. Some from Indonesia joined authorities, prevented a smuggling attempt of 24 kgs of marijuana at Tanjung Kalian Port in Bangka Belitung Province on Thursday evening.
Meanwhile, Cimahi authorities apprehended a housewife for distributing methamphetamine.
The suspect claims she distributed the drugs to help meet the needs of her 5 children.
Joint authorities comprised of West Bangka Police Narcotics Units, 431st Military District Command and Muntok Sector Police prevented the smuggling of 24 kgs of marijuana from North Sumatra. Now, the marijuana was confiscated after smugglers attempted to cross the Tanjung Kalian port in Muntok, West Bangka, Bangka Belitung on Thursday evening.
The arrest came after 2 large luggage were handed over to a driver. Undercover cops followed the driver to a gas station in Pangkalan Baru District, Central Bangka. Then authorities apprehended 2 smugglers who were about to accept the luggage. The smugglers claimed that they were ordered by another individual.
Meanwhile, authorities detained a housewife in Cimahi, West Java for distributing methamphetamine. She said it was her first time in the narcotics business and sold the illicit substance for 100,000 rupiah per gram. However, she was detained by authorities before she could enjoy the fruits of her criminal labor.
Now, aside from detaining the suspect, authorities also seized 20 grams of meth. Now, she is now being held at the Cimahi Police Prison. The Cimahi Police Narcotics Units have found 13 drugs cases within their jurisdiction in January this year.
All right, let's move on to the capital Jakarta, where 2 window cleaning technicians were trapped 10 meters above ground in Pulau Gadung, East Jakarta earlier today after their gondola tipped sideways.
They were then evacuated shortly after by local firefighters.
2 window cleaning technicians were trapped 10 meters above ground in Pulau Gadung, East Jakarta on Friday after the gondola tipped sideways. Previously, the 2 workers were cleaning a university building in the area when one of the gondola's cables was cut off. Firefighters were able to use a rope to get them to safety during a 45-minute evacuation process. Both men also received a medical treatment to ensure a stable condition.
Ya, tadi kita mendapat laporan langsung dari UNJ ini datang ke kantor sipil, ya, dikatakan ada gondola yang terjatuh dan kita lihat dari kantor sipil ternyata benar. Akhirnya kita langsung melakukan rescue dan beberapa personel yang ada di sipil untuk membantu. Setelah kita sampai di lokasi, ternyata di dalam gondola yang awalnya itu talinya terputus dan dia ada tergantung di tengah-tengah bangunan. Di situ ada 2 orang korban atau ada 2 karyawan sedang dalam gondolanya. Dia sedang membersihkan gedung dari PNJ sendiri. Nah, ya kita berusaha akan mengevakuasi manusianya dulu, orangnya dulu. Yeah. Setelah kita evakuasi, satu bisa turun dengan manual. Dan lanjutnya yang kedua kita bantu untuk turun dengan didampingi oleh tim dari damkar.
A total of 10 firefighters and 1 ambulance were deployed to the location. City News contributor reporting from East Jakarta.
And we move on to our next bit of news, where academic communities from various universities in Indonesia made public statements in their respective locations on Friday.
Now, meanwhile, the academic community in the University of Indonesia urged for an honest and also fair general elections this year, which are free of any intimidation and also fear.
They also demanded President Joko Widodo to not abuse his power, which may potentially lead to election fraud.
The Academic Community Alliance of Andalas University in Padang, West Sumatra issued a public statement demanding Indonesian President Joko Widodo to not abuse his power, which may potentially lead to an election fraud in this year's general elections.
Perilaku penguasa pemerintah itu kan semakin hari tidak lagi malu-malu menyatakan keberpihakan, menyatakan dukungan ya yang sudah terang-terangan, sehingga kemudian ini yang menyebabkan momentum menjelang 2 minggu kepemilihan itu kan semakin kasat mata kita lihat berbagai praktek-praktek ketidaknetralan pemerintah.
Selamat siang, salam sehat.
Meanwhile, dozens of professors, university rector, and the academic community of Indonesia Islamic University gathered at the campus in Yogyakarta on Thursday. They expressed their concerns about the country's conditions through a petition. The petition, which was directly read by the university's rector, urged the government to not take advantage of the country's assets for political interests.
Gejala ini kian jelas ke permukaan saat Presiden Joko Widodo menyatakan ketidaknetralan institusi kepresidenan dengan membolehkan Presiden berkampanye dan berpihak.
Sungguh menampak diam, seakan kami tenggelam dalam.
Furthermore, a public statement was held by professors and academic community of Indonesian University in Depok, West Java. They conveyed their concerns toward officials and political elites who they deemed have lost their ethics in office. The academic community demanded a fair and honest general elections this year without any intimidation and fear. They also condemned any form of suppression in freedom of expression.
Kewajiban kita semua adalah untuk menjaga pemilu agar jujur dan adil. Dan kami juga sepakat bahwa setiap universitas harus melakukan langkah-langkah, baik secara individual maupun secara kelompok, untuk bisa menjalankan dan menjamin agar ke depan ini kita memiliki pemilu yang benar-benar diinginkan oleh rakyat Indonesia.
Meanwhile, the university's professors and academic community urged the public, especially higher education institutions, to monitor this year's general elections for the results that the Indonesian people seek for.
Yes, and regarding that, President Joko Widodo shared his reasoned response after the academic community criticized his actions prior to this year's general election scheduled for mid-February.
Communities from different universities expressed their dissatisfaction of Widodo's statement regarding the head of state's ability to campaign and pick sides during elections.
The president respected their opinions at a press conference in North Jakarta on Friday morning.
Oh, itu hak demokrasi, setiap orang boleh berbicara, berpendapat, silahkan.
The rector of the Bandung Institute of Technology also made a public appearance to convey their message.
They did so following viral news that said excessive education costs are pushing students to take online loans from Dana Cita.
The rectorate addressed the public following protesters from hundreds of students and the Bandung Institute of Technology students community who criticized the campus for their policy regarding online loans and also classes.
The rectorate said that Dana Cita is the university's third partner. He added that the fintech platform is not the sole solution for those with financial difficulties, and the campus had offered other options for students.
He further explained that concerns regarding costs and online loans have increased due to a lack of communication between students and the rectorate. However, he announced that the university will not cut links with Dana Cita since the platform is government registered and remains monitored by the Financial Services Authority or OJK.
Sejauh ini dikonfirmasikan kembali bahwa Dana Reksa ini adalah sebuah fintech ya yang memang merupakan kreativitas daripada insan-insan Indonesia gitu, untuk membantu dunia pendidikan gitu, sehingga memang ada potensinya bisa dimanfaatkan oleh masyarakat. Tapi kan tetap harus apapun harus diregulasi ya, jangan sampai kebablasan. Nah, sebenarnya stigma yang ada kan istilah pinjol itu memang gak bagus gitu. Nah, maka justru kami juga harus hati-hati dalam melakukan kerjasama ini. Yang mau kerjasama artinya dia mau dikendalikan oleh kita.
And we move on to other news. The Tridharma Hyang Tian Siang Tia Temple, which is one of the oldest temples in West Kalimantan, is gearing up to celebrate the upcoming Chinese New Year, or Imlek, with 2 record-breaking lanterns.
There you go, the Year of the Dragon. So aside from that, The Chinese New Year atmosphere can also be felt in Bekasi, West Java, where bakers of year cakes, or we can say kue keranjang here in Indonesia, are struggling to fulfill orders from customers.
The Chinese New Year also brings many blessings for food vendors at Pasar Gede in Solo, since demand for Imlek-related foods is soaring.
Thousands of red-colored round lanterns adorn the courtyard of the Tuidao Mahyang Tian Siang Tie Temple. The temple has stood for 126 years and is currently preparing to celebrate the Chinese New Year and conduct religious services on February 10. Temple officials said that they are now focusing on preparations to set up lanterns and cleanse the complex ahead of the big day. They are also preparing to arrange jumbo-sized candles weighing 300 kilograms to a ton. The temple's courtyard is full of colorful lanterns with pictures and ornaments of wooden dragons adorning every inch of the walls. They were put up by hand by locals.
Seperti tahun-tahun sebelumnya, cuman tahun ini lebih meriah kayaknya. Lampionnya kurang lebih ada sekitar 2.300 lebih. Ya, dari kita pasangnya dari arah masuk kelenteng sampai ke jembatan, seterusnya menuju ke kelenteng. Lampion yang besar sih, kayaknya maknanya sih seperti tahun-tahun yang lalu lah. Cuman tahun ini lebih besar dibanding tahun-tahun kemarin. Diameter tahun ini kurang lebih 6 meter lingkarannya. Totalnya semua dan ketinggiannya mencapai 4 meter. Ya, untuk tahun-tahun ini kita maknanya kebersamaan di kampung kita, terutama di daerah Kakap ini, ya kita wujudkanlah supaya antar etnis kita selalu kompak dan menjaga perdamaian. Walaupun di tahun politik, kita di Pekong ini tidak terlibat dalam politik.
Meanwhile, bakers of year cakes or kue keranjang in Bekasi, West Java are struggling to meet orders from customers due to higher demand ahead of the Chinese New Year. An army of workers can be seen moving like clockwork to make year cakes, which consist of glutinous rice and sugar, which are then processed to a dough. Vendors said orders for year cakes started soaring ahead of the Chinese New Year, with a 30% increase this year. They have also had to hire 31 additional employees to help them meet the high demand.
Saat ini ada sedikit, walaupun terganggu waktu itu ya ada COVID atau apa. Sekarang lumayan kami masih bisa bertahan dan ada sedikit peningkatan pesanan. Mungkin sekitar 30% ada.
Kalau karyawan yang di pekerjaan ada berapa, Pak?
Saat ini sebelumnya ada 5, sekarang sekitar 31 orang. Ya karena ini musiman, jadi biasanya kami untuk menjaga kualitas itu paling sekitar 2 minggu produksinya, masa memproduksi itu. Biasanya sudah mendekati hari H itu yang mungkin kami harus antisipasi bagaimana caranya untuk ready stock dan ada estimasi untuk stok kami di sini supaya bisa mencukupi kebutuhan yang mendadak itu biasanya.
The Chinese New Year also brings many blessings to food vendors at the Gede Market in Solo, Central Java. They have been overwhelmed with orders from customers 2 weeks ahead of the big day. They also said that sweet-tasting foods have soared in popularity among customers. They are flooded by orders from customers, although they have increased prices to around 10 and 15,000 rupees per kilogram. Some of the more highly demanded foods are oranges, pears, and apples. Demand is estimated to keep rising until the turn of the Chinese New Year on February 10.
Even though I'm not celebrating the celebrations like Chinese celebrations, but I think this is a celebration for all.
Yes.
Because, you know, we love, I don't know, me personally, I love Chinese food. I love Chinese food for sure. I love kue keranjang and also the fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I join the crowd even when, you know, the mothers like, you know, they shop for the orange.
Yeah.
I bought that too.
Right. So you know which one to pick, right?
Exactly.
And so there's a good tip from Shafira. So if you want to buy something and then you don't know what to give to your mother or to your wife or to your, spouse.
Yeah, right.
And then if you can see a crowd full of mothers there buying an item, so that would be it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good idea.
There
I never thought of
Don't miss the fuss.
Don't miss the fuss and also the fun. And we bargain hard.
Exactly. Right?
I got a lot to learn from you guys.
Yeah. So basically celebrations for all. So May, you have a really nice preparation for the Chinese New Year, and we'll give you the update for that. And after a quick break, we'll have Satya from Messi. He's right here. He's set to bring you some sports updates. So what do you have for us today, Messi?
Hello. We have some updates from the world of motorsport, football, and we also have a little bit from the NBA as well. So all that's to come when we return on the C Morning Show, only on C Today. Stay tuned.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan
flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
And we have more business updates right here from our nation, where the Association of Indonesian Automotive Manufacturers, or GAIKINDO, reported that over 1 million vehicles were sold in Indonesia last year.
The Indonesian government has announced plans to allocate around 4.8 billion rupiah for this year's pre-employment program.
Now, the program aims to help boost economic recovery, especially for those affected by COVID-related layoffs.
The Indonesian government is once again providing food aid in the form of rice reserves to support the public amid higher prices of the commodity in the market.
Stok bulog sekarang ini alhamdulillah masih pada posisi yang baik, masih 1,4 juta ton.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on this map. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulisnya.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir, dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
so spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Harus naik satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kind of want to die.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different than baguette. So with those appetites and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show. It's time to kick off the sports updates of the morning, beginning with football, where Jordan will face South Korea in the semifinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup at the Ali Stadium in Qatar on Thursday evening after beating Tajikistan 1-0. Meanwhile, South Korea defeated Australia 2-1 in extra time.
Baghdad Hanafov's own goal sent Jordan to the 2023 AFC Asian Cup semifinals for the first time in their history, following a 1-0 victory over Tajikistan at Ahmad bin Ali Stadium in Qatar on Friday. The West Asian nation has reached the quarterfinal twice, losing to Japan in 2004 and Uzbekistan in 2011. Meanwhile, Tajikistan's maiden continental adventure ends at the quarterfinals after a series of heroic performances in Qatar. In the other match, Son Heung-min led South Korea into the semifinals on Friday. They won an injury time penalty and scored a stunning extra time free kick to earn the nation a 2-1 victory over Australia at Al Janoub Stadium. The Tottenham Hotspur's forward hauled the Taeguk Warriors back into the game after Craig Goodwin had given the Australians a 42nd minute lead with a close-range volley. South Korea will face Jordan for a spot in the final at the Ahmad bin Ali Stadium on Tuesday.
All right, excuse me about that. We move on to our next story. For the first season of the UIM E1 World Championship will feature 7 thrilling races around the world and a spectacular finale scheduled in Hong Kong. The competition will take pilots and audiences to famous cities across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. And Hong Kong will host the finale of the 2024, 2025, and 2026 seasons of the E1 World Championship, as the city has been deemed iconic enough to conclude the series that launches in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on the 2nd and 3rd of February this year. Today, as a matter of fact. Up to 10 teams of male and female pilots will vie for the coveted Champions of the Water title in the first season. Moreover, E1 teams are owned by some of the biggest names from various fields, ranging from Tom Brady, Rafael Nadal, Virat Kohli, Didier Drogba, and Sergio Perez in sports, to Steve Aoki and Mark Anthony in music and entertainment. Not only that, the owners of E1 teams in cities which host the competition share the goal of driving change and making a positive impact on marine mobility. Now that was electric powerboating, which is in its own right quite hardcore. But in Dubai, another race, a unique race in fact, pitted two great names from different sports recently took place. Now golfer Tommy Fleetwood went head-to-head against Formula One driver Lando Norris in the driver versus driver GP. Take a look.
Dubai delivered one-of-a-kind sportainment event combining two great names of different sports to compete each other. Golfer Tommy Fleetwood and Formula One driver Lando Norris enjoyed a once-in-a-lifetime experience in the driver versus driver GP. It is unlikely that either will ever again drive an armored-plated, super-powered golf buggy around a tight-cornered grass track with someone hitting golf balls at them from close range. Both men volunteered for the stunt at the Tommy Fleetwood Academy in Dubai. In the rules of the sport, each man must take his turn to drive around the course while the other uses a driver to try and hit the moving metal target. The winner is the driver who completed the fastest lap, factoring in the 5-second penalties for each golf ball strike. Meanwhile, the winner of the event was the McLaren Formula One driver who, after penalties, completed the course in 1 minute 36.5 seconds, which is 4.2 seconds quicker than Fleetwood. Both men's careers are on an upward trajectory. After a poor start of the season, 24-year-old Lando Norris propelled his McLaren into 6th place in the Formula One standings. Over the last 14 races, his point tally was second only to world champion Max Verstappen. Moreover, world number 11 Tommy Fleetwood has had another hugely consistent 12 months, playing a major role in Europe's Ryder Cup win and winning last month's Dubai Invitational, his 7th win of the DP World Tour.
Alrighty, that was Lando Norris racing a golf cart around the circuit whereby he was being hit by golf balls. But we shall see how he does in this year's Formula One season, which will kick off with preseason testing in February the 21st and will begin with a race in Bahrain later on in March. So next story, we have updates from the MotoGP where riders are making preparations ahead of the new MotoGP competition. And what's more exciting is that the Marquez brothers will race on the same team. The MotoGP season is set to start very soon as riders recently tested the track at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia for the second day in a row. All eyes were directed to Alex Rins, who replaced 6-time world champion Marc Marquez in the Yamaha Monster Energy MotoGP team. Meanwhile, Marquez has left the team to join his brother Alex at the Gresini Racing team, who aims to seek their first championship since 2019. On the opposing side, Rins' teammate Fabio Quartararo looks ready to regain the championship, which he won in 2021, while his rival, Ducati Lenovo's Francesco Bagnaia, is looking to win his 3rd consecutive title. Quite a lot of motorsports to look forward to this year, but we move on to our next story. Austin Reeves scored a season-high 32 points and hit a career-high 7 3-pointers to help a Los Angeles Lakers team missing LeBron James and Anthony Davis stun the Boston Celtics 114-105 on Thursday night in NBA. Now, James sat out because of a left ankle injury, and Davis was sidelined by an Achilles tendon issue and left hip spasms. Reeves was 7 of the 10 beyond the arc, and he also was fouled on one of the misses and made all 3 free throws. The Lakers hit 19 of 36 three-pointers, holding off the NBA-leading Celtics to end a 2-game losing streak. D'Angelo Russell added 16 points, 14 assists, and 8 rebounds for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes had 16 points and 10 rebounds, while Jason Tatum scored 23 points for the Celtics, who had 15 turnovers. Boston has lost 3 of its last 5 at home since starting the season 20-0 to Garden. In TD Garden, I should say. Thursday marked the first time this season both James and Davis have sat out the same game for Los Angeles, as it tries to improve its standing in a tight Western Conference playoff race. The Lakers began the day in 9th place.
Tatum's got 16, free, good!
I can go on about sports all day, but that's all for sports for this hour. But after the break, entertainment is next, so stay here on the C Morning Show, only on See Today.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the daily dose of entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Kak Binjai mau migrasi. Cakep. Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi, jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
Hey guys, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on See Today. So it is now the time for some entertainment news because it's almost 7.
Yay! So, our first stories from the artist catalogs of Universal Music Group have been removed from TikTok.
Ooh.
The official tunes in every video have been muted amid dispute over artists' pay and AI-generated recordings.
Yes, so early on Thursday, TikTok announced that it has taken music from Universal out of its app, and also videos on the platform started to highlight the consequences of the ruptured relationship itself. So music by Universal artists was completely muted in a video that already existed.
Unfortunately, music from artists like Taylor Swift, Drake, U2, Olivia Rodrigo, and Ariana Grande were removed from TikTok's database.
Okay, so previously, Universal released a scathing open letter on Tuesday, saying the company accused TikTok of playing musicians too little for their music and of allowing its platform to be flooded with artificial intelligence or AI-generated recordings, which reduced the amount of money available for actual human musicians.
Ouch. So TikTok then responded that Universal Music Group has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. TikTok added that the platform has been able to reach artists' first agreements with every other label and publisher. And according to TikTok, Universal's self-serving actions are not in the best interests of artists, songwriters, and fans. It's kind of tricky, you know?
It is kind of tricky because, again, for what I can see is it is about creativity. Needs to be determined, and then there's another thing which technology, but another thing issued is about money.
Exactly. But if you have a TikTok app, you will understand that the TikTok flow is very fast and very catchy, and they for music, especially for the music, they can share a very hook. They can share the hook part of the music, so you can easily remember the songs. And that is one of the platforms that used by the musicians to promote their album, to promote the music, to promote the songs and everything. So and then people will go back to another platform to listen to longer versions of these songs and everything. So with these things, I think they need resolutions for artists, for the management, for the label and recordings, and how they can live adjusting with the technology.
That is so true.
Exactly, and the trends. Of course.
The most important is it needs to be equalized, right? It needs to be win-win solution for every part.
Exactly, especially for the fans, because we want to listen. We would like to hear the teaser of the song. Sometimes we don't want to hear the long version first. We want to, we want to hear the sound and everything, and if it's catchy, we will follow to another platform, and then we decided to buy or not, right?
Like you said.
Exactly. So let's see we'll give you the update about this. So let's move on for another story. It's still from music industry. American singer and songwriter Lana Del Rey revealed her plans to release her first official country album through Billboard's pre-Grammy event.
Now, Lana Del Rey announced her new country album Lasso during Billboard's pre-Grammy event in Los Angeles. Now, collaborating with Jack Antonoff and also Luke Lidd, Del Rey ventures into country music with this project set for release in September.
This project marks her 10th studio album following last year's acclaim. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Nominated for 5 Grammys.
So while Lasso represents Del Rey's official debut in country music, she has previously explored the genre with covers of John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads and also Elvis's Unchained Melody. I love that Unchained Melody. Her upcoming album promises a fresh direction for the artist, eagerly anticipated by fans and also music enthusiasts alike.
Take me home to the place I belong.
All right, let's move on for the story from another artist. We have Ed Sheeran's philanthropic spirit shines bright as he donates a substantial £1 million sterling to the art department of his alma mater.
Lots of money, good heart. So beyond being a musical sensation, the 32-year-old singer has extended his support through new grants to Thomas Mills High School in Suffolk.
So this generous contributions is set to transform students' learning experiences with a focus on the arts, Notably, it includes the introduction of a new expressive arts course in Year 8. This year building upon Ed's previous donation to the school's music program in 2022.
Ed Sheeran's commitment to his old school doesn't end there. The singer has previously offered financial assistance for the photography and also computer studies, in addition to providing music equipment to a primary school and also funding funding bursaries for families facing financial constraints.
In a recent financial disclosure, it was revealed that Ed, with an estimated net worth of £250 million sterling, contributed significantly to the tax pool, paying an astounding nearly £200 million sterling per week in taxes throughout 2022.
Okay, so Ed Sheeran Ltd is slated to pay £3.1 million sterling in corporation tax, with also an additional £5 million sterling from his touring firm itself. So furthermore, the Grammy winner, known for his diverse ventures, will contribute £124,000 to the exchequer from his property portfolio.
Whoa, he has so many things, you know,
that needs to be given away.
So Ed's approach to wealth aligns with his vocal stance on giving back. The Photograph's musician has consistently emphasized his desire to contribute positively to society. Good job. Showcasing that his incredible success is not just measured in monetary terms, but in the impact he can make on the world around him. Oh my God. Good. We need more people like him.
Yeah, donating, good heart, willing to help. You know, that's the perks of, you know, having lots of money. You have to help others.
Exactly. Like he created the music, and the music impacted so many people. But not just the music, but also the act. You know, Ed Sheeran's act. He concerns about a lot of things, especially for educations, and that's why he contributed so much in that sector.
Blessings for him. Okay. So we are still going to move on, but still in the entertainment news, of course, onto some K-pop culture right now. So Seoul Fashion Week made a dynamic entrance featuring the chart-topping K-pop sensation New Jeans as the show ambassadors, setting the stage for a week of style and also creativity.
Oh my God, like the song. The fashion extravaganza commenced with the unveiling of designer Park So-young's brand, Julie Colombe, beginning a week that promises cutting-edge designs and trend-setting moments.
Seoul Fashion Week ignited with unparalleled energy as New Jeans took center stage, captivating the audience as the event's esteemed show ambassadors. The fashion extravaganza commenced with the unveiling of designer Park So-young's brand, Julie Colombe, marking the beginning of a week that promises cutting-edge designs and trend-setting moments. The glamorous photo call, attended by well-known dancer Kahi and designer Joni P, added an extra layer of star power to the kickoff. The synergy of musical talent and fashion innovation was palpable, setting the vibrant tone for Seoul Fashion Week. This year's Fall-Winter Seoul Fashion Week promises a spectacle of fashion and artistry, unfolding at the iconic Dongdaemun Design Plaza and the chic Seongsu factory space. The Seoul Fashion Week runs from February the 1st to the 5th. Fashion enthusiasts can anticipate a fusion of tradition and innovation as the industry's top talents converge to showcase their latest collections.
That's interesting because I am a fan of New Jeans.
Right. Okay, we can tell.
I can't believe I say this because I never follow all the things from K-Wave or anything like that. But when New Jeans come out, they're making their debut. Oh, it it's quite catchy and start to like the music as well.
And you're starting, no, not starting, but I know that you've been to Korea already.
Yeah,
you love Korea.
Yeah, one time. It was nice. I love Seoul because it's very clean. Yep. People are so polite, of course, and they love the K culture so much because you can see a lot of things, the items of the K culture. Yep. You can see the boy bands posters, or the Videotron, or even they love to romanticize everything. Basically, right. It's very common that you see a girl holding the flowers in the city, right. with the loved one or everything. Right. So basically, they love to interact with people.
Right? So Fira was just filling me in about, because I don't really watch K-dramas, right? So she was just filling me in, saying that what you see in K-dramas these kind of days is like
basically in a reality.
Basically, it's in a reality life. So I want to go there. Need to go there.
Yeah, why not? It's very interesting. Especially they offer a visa, especially for the lovers of the K culture.
Oh, okay. So I'll do my tricks.
Yes. Sarangyo. All right. We'll have more interesting stories from around the world after the break. So see you here on the C Morning Show, only on See Today.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Harus naik satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
Flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetites and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. Some international news for you guys. French farmers lifted the last remaining roadblocks on main access routes to Paris on Friday. Now, this took place on a day after the Prime Minister introduced the new measures to protect their livelihoods.
On Thursday, following the government's announcement, the country's two major farmers' unions said they'd lift countrywide blockades.
Prime Minister Gabriel Attal announced tens of millions of euros in aid, tax breaks, and a promise not to ban pesticides in France that are allowed elsewhere in Europe. Thousands of French farmers have been demonstrating for a couple of weeks across the country in protest over low earnings, heavy regulation, and what they call unfair competition from abroad.
Protesters have since Monday resorted to use hundreds of tractors, trailers, and also even rumbling harvesters to block and also slow traffic on major highways which connect to Paris. Now, the sight of tractor barricades created congestion, which forced authorities to divert some traffic to smaller roads.
The movement in France stems from a global food crisis which has been aggravated by Russia's war in Ukraine. French farmers said that the war has driven up costs for fertilizer, energy, and other necessities needed to grow crops and feed livestock. This has made farming untenable for some. And explosions of a truck loaded with gas ignited a huge fireball and flying gas cylinder in Kenya's capital.
There had been 3 fatalities, with the death toll expected to rise.
Now, a number of residents were likely inside their homes when the fire reached their houses late in the night.
An explosion of a truck loaded with gas ignited a huge fireball, and a flying gas cylinder set off the fire that burned down the Oriental Godown, a warehouse that deals with garments and textiles. Several other vehicles and businesses were damaged by the inferno that started around 11:30 p.m. in the Maradi area of the Nairobi neighborhood of Embakasi on Thursday.
We have around 271 people who are admitted in various hostels in Nairobi, with Mamaruzi having the bulk. 140 are there. The rest of the resident hostels have various numbers. 21 were treated on site and allowed to go back to their homes.
At the scene after daybreak, several houses and shops were burnt out. The vehicle believed to have started the explosion was tossed on its side, and only the shell remained on the road. The roof of a 4-story residential building about 200 meters from the scene of the explosion was broken by a flying gas cylinder.
There's still a search going on of whether there are bodies which have been burnt in various houses. And we are asking Kenyans to pray for us. This is a time when we are saddened by such an incident. It has never occurred before.
Meanwhile, firefighters were combing through the burnt area in the morning. The government and Red Cross said that 271 people were taken to several hospitals with injuries. The proximity of the industrial company to residences raised questions about enforcement of city plans. Officials at the county government have been accused of taking bribes to overlook building codes and regulations.
And we move on to news from the United States, where heavy rain flooded California roadways and much needed snow piled up in the mountains as the first of back-to-back cloud band pummeled the state on Thursday.
The downpours arrived Thursday in Southern California in the time it's now to morning commute.
An atmospheric river, which is a long band of moisture that forms over the Pacific, was fueling the storms, dousing the Los Angeles and San Diego areas. A winter storm warning was in effect through Friday morning for a nearly 480-kilometer stretch of the Sierra from north of the Lake Tahoe to south of Yosemite National Park. Heavy snowfall was also reported in the mountains east of Los Angeles.
The snow brought skiers to the Snow Valley Mountain Resort in San Bernardino County, east of Los Angeles, saying it was a pretty awesome condition. On Thursday, southern Los Angeles County was hit hard by flash flooding. Vehicles plowed through water on low-lying sections of freeways, and at least one underpass beneath a rail crossing in Long Beach was inundated, submerging a car. Local residents could be seen filling sandbags to hold back the flooding.
Now, this storm is being followed by another storm just days away. Significant rain and also the higher elevation snowfall are then expected to hit Southern California from Monday through Wednesday, which could cause mudslides and also dangerous flooding.
When this system subsides and this system passes, we're going to have about 48 hours that people, if they're experiencing issues today, potentially are going to experience significant issues over the next week. So we want people to take this seriously.
The water was past this, up to here. Had to go barefoot into my garage, but you can already tell the water's going down. You can see the sidewalk.
Yes, and while some parts of California is having a true winter wonderland, a Houston, Texas airport was transformed into a winter wonderland in a bizarre way following the accidental release of firefighting foam on Thursday morning.
Crews spray a defoaming agent on the foam, while officials said that it posed no danger to the general public.
Meanwhile, one fire official said that the foam was up to 9 meters high in some places.
Crews are cleaning up a foamy mess at Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston after fire suppression foam was accidentally released at the United Airlines hangars at the airport on Thursday. Officials said that the messy mishap took place in a United Airlines hangar at George Bush Intercontinental Airport around 5:30 a.m., blanketing the building and surrounding parking lot in a foam 30 feet deep. The foam looked nearly indistinguishable from real snow if it wasn't for the surrounding bare ground in aerial footage of the hangar on Thursday morning. The cleanup took multiple hours as workers in hazmat suits sprayed a special solution to dissolve the foam. Houston airports said that it's unclear how the foam was inadvertently released, but no person or aircraft was inside the hangar at the time. The cleanup did not have any impact on the travelers flying in and out of the Bush airport.
Now, this incident occurred at the George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, which I know very well. And it's gone so bad that, as mentioned in the package earlier, it has inundated some cars. In fact, if you look on websites where they show the news, it does actually show cars being drowned all the way up to about its windshield. So it is quite high. The fire official did say it was up to 9 meters in some places, and so you can almost swim in it.
Very thick.
It is quite thick, yeah. It's actually almost thicker than the studio, I believe.
Of course.
9 meters, yeah. And the thing that they're worried about at the moment, as cleanup is underway, is that the foam will actually enter into the bayou, which is the kind of waterways, and cause pollution into that area. So they're really rushing to ensure that that extinguisher foam can be removed as quickly as possible to not cause any environmental damage.
Oh,
so that's the current challenge.
I can imagine the foams that we usually saw, sometimes it can be melted, right? Melted and turns into water. And then if the foam goes to the water, exactly. It can cause other things.
There's a problem to another problem to another problem.
Exactly.
Of course, the authorities are doing their best to tackle it, and we will keep you guys updated for that one. So it is time for us to take another short break here in the studio. But when we come back, we have some local updates from around Southeast Asia just for you. Keep it here.
Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
so spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Does Up Entertainment.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Welcome back to the See Morning Show right here on See Today, where it is the time and now to having a look at the headlines across Southeast Asia that we have just for you.
First up from Malaysia, where former Prime Minister Najib Razak, who is convicted of corruption, has received a 6-year sentence reduction from the Pardons Board. The announcement came after he served less than 2 years of his time behind bars. The decision was made by newly crowned Sultan Ibrahim Iskandar and includes an unspecified reduction in fines. Najib was imprisoned when he was found guilty in the One Malaysia Development Berhad scandal. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison with a fine of 210 million ringgits, or more than $44 million for criminal breach of trust and power abuse in 2022.
Moving on to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, where the national police has launched an emergency campaign targeting intoxicated drivers. This was done in light of the Prime Minister's order. Following this campaign, over 470 drivers have been fined according to Sub-Decree number 39. Previously, Cambodia Prime Minister Hun Manet has instructed the national police to launch an emergency campaign to screen drivers for alcohol consumption. This was done following increasing numbers of fatal road accidents caused by drunk drivers. Authorities will take legal action against those who test positive for alcohol consumption above legal limits while driving.
Now, lastly, from Vietnam, where the country signed a maritime cooperation agreement with the Philippines on Tuesday. The deal is set to improve conflict resolution amid threats of China's expansion in the South China Sea itself. So both nations also signed 2 MOUs during the Philippine president's 2-day state visit to Hanoi. In addition, both leaders agreed to boost existing maritime cooperation mechanisms, notably the Joint Commission on Maritime and also Ocean Affairs.
And we move on to our next story, continuing our updates on the Rohingya asylum seeker situation, where Indonesian officials said on Thursday another boat carrying Rohingya asylum seekers landed in the country's northern province of Aceh.
Yes, and fishermen provided food and also water to 131 Rohingyas, mostly women and also children who had been on board.
Some passengers told officials they had been at sea since last month on their boat's engine had broken down, leaving them adrift.
Across a treacherous stretch of water, the Rohingya came by the thousands, then died by the hundreds.
Raya melakukan pemeriksaan hanya pengobatan dasar karena kami masih level puskesmas. Nah, kalau kita lihat keadaan mereka ini lelah yang pasti pertama, lelah dan kemudian asupan makanan yang memang kurang sehingga mereka tampak memang lemas. Itu aja kalau kita lihat. Kalau lihat kondisi penyakit yang lain, kalau saya lihat nggak ada yang begitu bermasalah. Tetapi karena memang asupannya dan istirahat yang kurang sehingga kan imun tubuh mereka turun.
In other news, the Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim, was sworn in as the new Malaysian king on Wednesday, January the 31st. He is the 17th Yang di-Pertuan Agong and would serve a 5-year term.
Now, Sultan Ibrahim took over from Sultan Abdullah Al Pahang, whose reign since January 2019 was considered as the most challenging in the country's history.
Malaysia suffered its worst political leadership conflict since Merdeka and was ruling from the global COVID-19 pandemic.
It was the most difficult and challenging 5 years reign ever faced by a Malaysian king. Just 1 year after Sultan Abdullah was sworn in to the throne in January 2019, the country was confronted with a political leadership crisis when Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad resigned as Prime Minister in February 2020. This led to 3 other changes to the Prime Minister's position in the next 3 years. The COVID-19 global pandemic in 2021 forced the king to declare emergency rule for the first time in more than 50 years as the country faced a sluggish, unpredictable economic conditions. Sultan Abdullah's most important legacy was his proposal to set up a unity government to stabilize the uncertain political climate during his reign.
Kerajaan perpaduan yang kita ada pada hari ini kerana kerajaan perpaduan ini adalah merupakan titah daripada baginda tuanku. Kerana untuk menjadi penyelesaian kepada konflik politik yang berlaku sebelum PRU 15 dan selepas PRU 15. Kerana pada PRU 15 tidak ada mana-mana satu gabungan parti politik pun yang mendapat undi majoriti. Jadi waktu itu parlimen tergantung. Jadi di situ Istana Negara dengan budi bicara dan kebijaksanaan tuanku menitahkan kepada pemimpin-pemimpin parti-parti politik ini agar membentuk sebuah kerajaan perpaduan.
For ordinary Malaysians, he would be best remembered for his compassion and love for the people, often setting aside royal protocols to be close to his subjects.
Saya fikir legasi yang terbesar adalah meletakkan institusi yang di-Pertuan Agong itu di tempat yang sangat tinggi. Tuanku telah pun meletakkan benchmark yang begitu tinggi di mana institusi itu begitu dihargai oleh rakyat dan ianya merupakan penjelmaan wajah institusi yang di-Pertuan Agong dengan dilihat sebagai institusi yang begitu rapat dengan rakyat. Ya, mungkin sebelum ini ada yang melihat bahawa baginda bersemayam di Istana Negara dengan pagar berduri, ya, mungkin susah untuk mendapat akses. Ya. Rakyat pun tidak semua dapat mengunjungi istana, hanya kenamaan-kenamaan tertentu. Tetapi baginda mengubah persepsi itu. Memang mungkin tak semua dapat hadir ke istana, tetapi baginda sendiri yang turun ke desa-desa terpencil, yang turun ke pangkuan rakyat untuk bertemu dengan rakyat. Jadi bagi saya itulah legasi yang terbesar di mana tuanku mencerminkan ya, institusi yang di Pertuan Agong sehingga menampakkan institusi itu sesuatu institusi yang begitu istimewa, begitu akrab, sehingga menjadikan bahawa institusi itu begitu istimewa di kalangan rakyat.
I may not be the King of Malaysia after January, but if I can be, King of all of your hearts. That's my life.
Sultan Ibrahim of Johor was sworn in as a new king on 31st January for a fresh 5-year reign in the country's unique rotational system among the royal families of 9 states in Peninsular Malaysia. Sultan Ibrahim is known for his firm, hands-on approach on social and economic issues, often expressing his views publicly.
Balai Rung Sri.
He has warned politicians that he would not be a puppet king, as he would take stern action on those who plan to destabilize the country.
Jadi kita mengharapkan agar istana negara kan memimpin pemulihan ekonomi itu sendiri. Dan untuk memulihkan ekonomi, of course, sudah barang tentu kita perlukan kestabilan politik. Kan, tanpa kestabilan politik, kita tak akan mencapai kemakmuran, apatah lagi untuk membina sebuah Malaysia Madani. Jadi sebab itu saya mengharapkan agar istana negara pada kali ini untuk pemerintahan yang untuk tempoh ini lebih berperanan lebih aktif lagi dalam membantu kerajaan dan juga membantu rakyat.
The new king, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim, would bring a very different leadership style. He has promised to crack down on corruption and be more hands-on in the country's economic reforms. His Majesty has also declared openly that his main interest is to serve and protect the well-being of the rakyat of the more than 30 million Malaysians. This is Basil Siswo reporting for See Today from Istana Negara, Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, and a little bit on the Malaysia's king itself. So the Yang di-Pertuan Agong is actually elected by the Conference of Rulers, comprising the 9 rulers of the Malay states itself, and so with the office de facto rotated between them, so making Malaysia as one of the world's few elective monarchies that we have in this world. So again, congratulations to the new king itself, and congratulations to Malaysia. Now we are going to take another short break, so when we return we still have more updates around the world just for you, so keep it here only on the C Morning Show right here on See Today.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for us.
Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the map. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulisnya.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
ke bukit sampai elevasi gue hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kind of want to die.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
And we have more business updates right here from our nation, where the Association of Indonesian Automotive Manufacturers, or GAIKINDO, reported that over 1 million vehicles were sold in Indonesia last year.
The Indonesian government has announced plans to allocate around 4.8 billion rupiahs for this year's pre-employment program.
Now, the program aims to help boost economic recovery, especially for those affected by COVID-related layoffs.
The Indonesian government is once again providing food aid in the form of rice reserves to support the public amid higher prices of the commodity in the market.
Stok bulog sekarang ini alhamdulillah masih pada posisi yang baik. Masih 1,4 juta ton.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Danny Does Up Entertainment.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. It is time for us to do a little bit of talk show, which is going to be very interesting because this is not just an ordinary talk show that we are about to do, because we are going to be joined by a human, not a human, an animal.
An animal special guest.
An animal special guest. I like that. Thank you for helping me out. Okay. So guys, if you like to do yoga, this is going to be a different one because yoga has helped people everywhere manage their stress and also to become healthier. But have you ever considered doing yoga with your dog? Okay, yes or no? If not, you need to listen because it's called Doga, doing yoga with your dog, and also there are good reasons to do so that pet owners should try to probably do it a little bit more often.
Yeah, definitely, because Doga has been proven to be capable of boosting mental well-being for both pets and their owners. And we want to take the opportunity to show you how Doga works and what benefits it offers. And now to do that, we have invited a content creator, entrepreneur, and Beyond Bliss Indonesia founder, Odelia Catalina, to our studio. Odell, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Good morning,
Good morning, first of all. You don't have your dog here yet, but she will join us shortly, isn't she? Now, we've seen a few viral videos of dogs, flawlessly following their owner's yoga movements. I've seen a golden retriever do like a really good downward dog, Another one doing like a kind of like this, I don't know what phase this is for yoga, but so can you tell us more about, what Doga is, and does it really have the same movements as regular yoga?
Okay, so basically Doga, dog yoga, is basically doing yoga, but with your dog.
Okay.
So it's a really fun experience because you get to do it with your best friend, and like when else can your dog like join you on a workout session?
Yeah.
So I think it's a win-win. It also definitely gives a super unique experience to rather than just like a normal yoga by yourself, and like your dog gets to have fun with you as well in the session.
That is so interesting because I don't have any pets in the house. No, wait, I'll correct that sentence. We do have birds in the house, right? But I can't do, you know, this kind of yoga with my birds or else they're gonna fly away. But anyway, so of course, by doing yoga for human being, we can experience the benefits itself. But how about for dogs, Adele? What do they earn, you know, good or posture or healthier lifestyle? Maybe I don't know. What's the intake?
I think for dog yogas, for the dog specifically, the biggest benefit for them is that they get to have fun with their owner.
Right.
It also boosts a lot of happy hormones in their heads.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, normally they're just left at home if we go to the gym or whatever, but this time they get to have fun with their owners, with their best friend, and of course with other fellow dogs as well in the class.
More to like a bonding time.
Yes,
right?
that's correct.
I like that.
It stimulates their brain
Yes.
as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Must be quite interesting. Now, do you have any tips for newbies? You know, for example, if I want to try Doga with my dog, if I had a dog, you know, who would want to start Doga for the first time? What should be prepared first before anything else?
So if you're a newbie, you can definitely try dog yoga with us at Beyond Bliss because it is super beginner friendly.
Right.
Even if you've never tried yoga ever in your life, you can still have fun. And we have a lot of experience in doing this, and our instructors are all certified. They can easily modify a lot of things so that it can match your expertise level.
Okay, that is so interesting. So, guys, I am extremely curious about this dog yoga itself, and also I want to see how it actually works in real life. Okay, you mentioned that you've seen it from a channel of something.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram.
I know,
like
but
that,
we're gonna do it live here.
Yes, we
So
are.
luckily, we have yoga instructor, we have Jennifer Kosasi, who will actually demonstrate Doga for us this morning. So can you show us some supports to Jennifer? Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hi. And who is that beautiful white creature? Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It's Gigi.
Good morning. So Jennifer and also Gigi. So Gigi is yours, Odell.
Yes, correct.
Okay, how old is she?
She's 3 years old.
She's 3.
Yes, and she's the best.
Oh, she looks so happy. Okay, so Jennifer, you're gonna do the Doga with Gigi itself. So how long have you been as an instructor with this Doga?
Oh, okay. With Doga, we just started like last year.
Right.
Yes. But for yoga itself, because I'm an animal lover, also I have 3 dogs at home.
Oh, right.
So it's very natural for me to like doing my stuff with them.
Right. You should consider doing the Birga.
Yeah.
Birga?
Yeah.
Yoga with birds.
Oh, yeah?
Because I have birds, and they chirp every single morning, right? So I think they need to do the Birga.
Okay, baiklah. Okay.
Speaking of which, can you demonstrate to us how you can do Doga
sure.
with Gigi?
Okay. So we will show you some few basic poses. In yoga. I mean, like maybe not to flow, not like something that you usually see on TV or on video yoga, like we do downward facing dog and everything. We're just gonna demonstrate few poses, okay? Like when you do, let's do a warrior 1, Gigi. So we will standing here, Gigi will add some more weights for you and train your muscle. Okay, so Gigi will come here, stay calm. Kita akan stay here. And we usually can do like more poses, like doing a high lunges and bringing Gigi to a twist. Or maybe facing here, so Gigi can face the camera and to a twist.
Smile, Gigi. You're on the camera.
And then maybe we come down to our low lunges, and maybe Gigi going high. Yeah, Gigi. Gigi going high.
Look at that.
Can I have a break? And then usually maybe we come down to our knees and bringing Gigi up, 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 up to a back bend. Gigi. And maybe Gigi bisa nggak? Coba ya. Let's try Gigi. Come down. Yay!
Good girl.
Oh, Gigi, good job.
Yeah, so those are some movements that Jennifer just showed us, to do the yoga itself. Right, so for humans, Odell and also Jennifer, we can actually do yoga for about like what, half an hour non-stop, that would be fine, or 20 minutes non-stop, that would be fine. But how about doing yoga? Is there any time limitation to do so?
So normally at Beyond Bliss, which is our program, our dog yoga program. Normally we program it for an hour.
I see.
Because, I mean, if she lets Gigi down, she's just gonna run around and like socialize with other dogs in the class as well. So I think an hour is the perfect amount. So the humans really get some sweat time and the dogs get to have some fun time as well. Like lots of people like to take pictures and stuff, so I think an hour-ish,
Like, look at 1 hour would be fine. So this is why it's 1 hour. So sometimes, you know, the animals or the dog, to be specific, can be tiring, and then they want to do socializing with the other dogs. Look at that. Hi, Gigi.
She seems so happy to be here, doesn't she?
She is.
Mama.
Mama. It's okay.
I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's okay for Gigi to be with Mama.
It's okay. It's okay.
You wanna come here?
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You wanna come here?
Okay, Gigi goes to Mama.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
There you go. There you go. Gigi's like, okay, I've done my part. I want to go back and relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, speaking of Gigi doing her part, does the dog have to do any kind of like warm-ups as well? You know, because obviously we have to stretch to make sure we don't want to.
No, actually no. They don't have to really do anything. But I think just now, me and Kak Jennifer, we just like asked her to run around so she could like decompress.
I see.
But I mean, like, Gigi's a special one. She's really active. I mean, lots of dogs have different personalities. With her, we just like to calm her down first, or else she'd be like running around everywhere.
Of course. And the good thing is we've got all the doors closed here in the studio, right?
Exactly.
Very important. Okay, so Jennifer, by doing yoga, is there any benefits that you feel compared doing, you know, regular yoga, just without the dog, that is?
Okay. I feel like the benefit is like we have a fun experience with our dogs, with our pets, and also we build it's a bonding time with them. Yeah. So, and also actually on an energy base, we talk about energy.
Yes.
The more we can stay calm, our animal will mimicking our energy.
Ah, they can sense,
right?
Of course, of course.
And they will follow. So if you see like a very anxiety dog, usually the human feel, maybe most of the times they feel anxiety.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see a dog very calm, then usually the human is a very calm human.
Okay.
Like that. So the experience with when you do a dog yoga, you can share that calmness. You can try to find that calmness and share it with your dogs.
I like that. Because when she explained it, you know, there's a bond with the owner and also the pet itself when your anxiety shows, and then the dog can actually knows. And I was like, that's why my bird inside the house always. Okay. So
it's kind of a learning experience for both the humans and the dog, isn't it? Yeah, because they get to learn about calmness to each other. They get to learn about how they can not behave, but you know, kind of, you know, interact with each other in a way different than how they how they are regularly in the house.
In the house itself, right?
Moods.
So we're going to talk more about Beyond Bliss itself, right? So it's been going on for how many years now?
So we're actually an event organizer, but for some reason the dog yoga blew up, and we're really well known for that. But I think it's because I'm really proud of our concept as well. We like to be inclusive.
Right.
So if you don't have a dog as well, but you love dogs, or like you just want to experience this yoga session with a dog, we normally incorporate shelters as well.
Okay.
Yes. So if you don't have a dog, but you want to do yoga with dogs, you get to borrow a rescue dog from the shelter. So normally the shelter would come to our event, and then you get to borrow the dog during the session. And we're really hoping that through that bonding time, for that hour or so, the participants would fall in love with the dog, and if they love the dog, they get to adopt the dog straight away.
There's another
Yes, and maybe if they can't adopt it, they can always sponsor the dog, or like they can learn more about adoptions and stuff, which I think is great to spread awareness, especially here in Indonesia.
You're
100%.
Yeah.
Now, talking more about Beyond Blitz, so does Beyond Blitz hold dog yoga events regularly, or is it just, yearly, or?
So we like to do it once every month or two.
Okay.
And it's normally always followed with an adoption session afterwards.
Okay.
So it's kind of a win-win situation, and yeah, I really, really love doing it.
I really like the idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Where did the idea come from? Like, how did it come to your head?
I think I've always been passionate about like adoptions and stuff, and about like ethical breedings or whatnot. And like looking at this, like why not combine everything that I love, and I'm sure a lot of people love it as well. I mean, like, so many people love doing yoga or just like getting to do an activity that's like fun for them and their dog, but like let's include everyone else who don't have dogs as well through like the shelters, and maybe we can also find a home for them.
I really like
the happy ending.
Right? So guys, we've seen Jennifer doing what do we call that? The main techniques to do the yoga with Gigi itself. But what I like the most of doing yoga, it's always the ending, the stretching part, right?
Yeah.
And after that, we can lie down, right? So when you do that final position or pose where you need to stretch, when you need to do it with Gigi here, with a dog, is it hard or not to calm them down? And can you actually show us what is the posture to do so?
Okay. Go, Gigi, go. No.
Gigi.
Okay, let's
wrong way, Gigi.
Let's go, Gigi.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, actually,
we're calm now.
Usually, we're not trying so hard to calm the dog because the dog, back again, they will mirroring our energy.
Right.
So maybe you can try to hold her like this and do your stretching. Like, okay, let's do this one. Softly breathing in, Gigi, and let's breathe out.
She's not doing it.
Okay, I have to do the main one.
And then let's breathe out and come down, Gigi, towards the mat.
Right.
Yeah, and then
we have to go
maybe
down.
let's do the other one. Maybe we bring our feet here and bring Gigi. Gigi, come look at auntie. Sini.
Yay!
Maunya lihat mama. Oke, baik. And then kita ajak Gigi coming down towards the mat. And just baiklah. Just be with her like this. Usually they will. I mean, like usually if we come, they will calm down by themselves.
And it is working. Look at Gigi.
It is.
Look, there you go. So you have to have like a personal touch to the animal itself. Even though, like Odell said, that even though that we don't have or we don't own a dog, and then it's we just come to to the session itself empty-handed, and then we can get to know more about the dog itself, and we can channel the energy.
We might even be able to bring the dog home.
You can't bring Gigi home.
Oh, not Gigi, obviously, no, not Gigi, but the dogs that are able to be adopted. So, can you tell us about when the next event will be for this month, and how do we join?
So you can always tune into our Instagram at beyondbliss.id. That's BEYONDBLISS.id. You can always sign up there on our link on our bio. We have an upcoming event at the end of this month on the 24th of February.
All right.
At SCBD, and it's open for everyone. If you have a dog, if you don't have a dog, if you have a dog but you just want to mingle with the shelter dogs. And Ka Jennifer is going to be hosting that, instructing that class as well. So you're going to be seeing more of her amazing moves.
Right.
Yay.
Look at Gigi.
She's very
She's
excited.
running around.
I know. She's like here and there, here and there. Okay, Gigi. Okay. Okay. Go.
Alrighty. Well,
Alrighty.
He's gonna get lost, Gigi.
Come back.
He's gonna get lost.
Come back.
good girl.
She's a good one.
All
Okay,
right.
sit dulu. You wanna sit? No.
Just
She just wants to explore.
All right, Odell, Jen, thank you so much for taking the time to come.
Thank you for having us.
Hopefully, I'll be able to join you guys with my own dog, a poodle, as well. His name is Axel. So until then, hi. Until then.
She says, yes, please do join us.
Yes, you'd really love that, wouldn't you? Love to meet Axel. All righty, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yay.
Alrighty, and that was our first talk show of the day, but we still have more in the program, so stay tuned on the C Morning Show, only on C Today. You're going to be here, aren't you, Gigi? You're going to be here to watch, right? Yeah.
Let's go.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh. Aduh ya Allah. Baru kali ini.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
Welcome back
back to the C Morning Show. Now I'm gonna give you some updates from home country Indonesia. Our first story is from Binjai, North Sumatra. A local entrepreneur has successfully converted plastic waste into fuel. This fuel currently becomes another solution to reduce waste in a landfill and to have a great advantage in economic and ecologic sectors.
Seen here is when Yosdin Purba igniting his grass-cutting machine with fuel. Although the machine can be seen properly functioning, the fuel itself is not a regular carbon-based fuel. It is derived from some unused plastic waste.
Oke, jadi prosesnya itu pertama kita kumpulin 50 kilo sampah plastik yang terpilah. 50 sampah plastik yang terpilah tadi udah kita kumpulin, kemudian kita masukkan ke dalam reaktor pirolisis, reaktor untuk input bahan baku tadi.
The process of turning plastic waste into fuel uses the pyrolysis reactor, and it usually takes 8 to 12 hours. As the heating process underway, the plastic waste will produce two kinds of fuel.
1 kilo sampah menjadi setara 1 liter bahan baku yang setara bensin ataupun setara solar. Di pemisahannya itu otomatis di antara setara bensin dengan setara solar dia.
After that, the processed materials then added with some powder to make it ready to use. Currently, the fuel is sold at a price ranging from 8,000 to 10,000 rupiah per liter. Farmers are among those who are becoming consumer of this fuel as they use it to operate their tractors.
Kalau yang solar dia udah setara diesel lah ya, setara Dexlite untuk pemanfaatan ke kendaraan yang menggunakan bahan bakar solar, misalnya seperti peralatan pertanian juga untuk traktor ataupun mesin penggerak yang menggunakan solar, kemudian kendaraan yang menggunakan solar, kemudian kalau setara bensin kita pakai untuk kendaraan operasional kita untuk penjemputan sampah plastik.
This energy conversion is considered as solution to solve waste management problem in the area with great business potential. Today News contributor reporting from Binjai, North Sumatra.
Let's move on to another story. Green mussels waste has become an environmental problem in Cilincing, North Jakarta, since the waste is being dumped into the waters. To tackle the issue, locals in Kalibaru village in Jakarta have taken an innovative approach by transforming the waste into building bricks.
The fishermen's village of Kalibaru in Cilincing, North Jakarta is where residents cultivate green mussels.
Lingkupan kami ini yang di pesisirnya pendampingan nelayan tangkap dan nelayan pembudidaya kerang hijau yang mereka hidup di sini sudah hampir 40 atau 30 tahun dengan usaha budidaya kerang hijaunya.
The activity has resulted in the production of around 3,000 of green mussels waste, which unfortunately is dumped into the waters.
Kami atau saya sendiri tinggal di sini selama 21 tahun yang keterlibatan secara langsung dengan lingkungan banyaknya limbah kerang hijau di tempat kami. Kami sudah hampir 5 tahun memikirkan dengan proses yang ada gimana caranya limbah-limbah yang ada ini bisa jadi sesuatu.
To address the problem, members of Kalibaru Timur Union, with the assistance of the local fishery agency, have successfully transformed the waste into building blocks after almost 5 years of trial and error. Since then, 200 sacks of green mussel waste have been transformed into up to 4,000 building blocks.
Kami dibantu dengan hasil uji lab yang sudah ada per 197 atau 220 untuk daya kekuatan untuk jogging track, halaman atau tempat parkir.
To produce this eco-friendly brick, the wastes are turned into powder and then mixed with a certain liquid to be molded in a brick maker machine, producing up to 200 blocks per hour. They are currently in the process of obtaining legal certification to make it easier to sell bricks.
Pertama, sertifikasi evaluasinya, hak paten kami buat. Ya harapan kami dari pihak-pihak Pemprov, pihak-pihak dinas-dinas terkait itu selalu support lah. Atau melihat ke kami bahwa produksi yang ada dari limbah cangkang kerang hijau ini yang ada bisa jadi nilai manfaat buat progres pembangunan ke depan.
In addition to creating building bricks, locals in Kalibaru village have been trained to produce handicrafts for green measles waste since 2022.
Kalau hiasan dari manik-manik banyak ya, tapi kalau buat cangkang kerang kan lumayan langka. Gitu, jadi lumayan lebih menarik cangkang kerang. Ya, karena limbahnya banyak di sini, jadi lebih gampang untuk dicari.
As a result, aside from accessories, residents of Kalibaru village can sell lampshades with price of up to 500,000 rupiah. Today contributor reporting from Jakarta.
All right, guys, we're up for another short break. In the meantime, don't forget to follow our social media accounts. If you haven't already, we're on Instagram, X, also YouTube at See Today News. Stay tuned.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupan County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depot sih.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah. Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
You see, I seem to have some problems keeping shut feelings down and under wraps. You know, every time they walk past by, I seem to miss my grip for half a mile. Savior complex kicks itself right up a notch every time she smiles my way. Oh dear Lord, I'm stumbling down my way. They're all I ever wanted as of late. Oh, this is something that I've been waiting for, and oh, this is something that I've been holding on and holding on and holding on. You need to know before I lose my cool to tell you. So you need to dial down every move you make before I try to fight down fate. And just everyone who ever think that you and I can never fucking date. Oh, this is something that I've been waiting for, and oh, this is something that I've been holding on and holding on and holding on. You need to know before I lose my cool to tell you. And I catch myself wondering about what you could be if I were to just understand how you feel. Oh, but darling, can't you see it? I'm exactly what you needed. If all you ever wanted was something more. Oh, this is something that I've been waiting for, and oh, this is something that I've been holding on and holding on. aku to tell you, to tell you.
That was Cecilia, everybody. That was absolutely amazing. Hi. Welcome to the C Morning Show. Welcome back, everybody, to the C Morning Show.
Goodness.
We've just watched
Exactly.
Cecilia perform her new single, All I Ever Want. That was such an amazing performance.
Oh my God,
Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Wow.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know if the cameras can see this. I have goosebumps.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I hope you're not just saying that.
I'm not. I'm really not.
Is it because it's cold?
Yeah, that too. No, just kidding. I mean, when I listen to your song, it reminds me of the old tunes from a little bit country.
Yeah.
The folks to it.
For sure.
Fishes, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
So Cecilia, All I Ever Want was your first single, no?
It's not my first single, but
Okay.
it's my newest single. I
Okay.
am planning on releasing an album this year if everything goes well.
All right.
But this is one of the earliest songs that is kind of introducing the new.
All right. Let's talk about the song.
Yes,
All
definitely.
I Ever Want. Tell us about the creative process and what is the song's about.
Okay, so the song is, this is a pandemic baby.
Okay,
song, yeah,
right.
for sure. I think the whole album.
You want to get out.
Yeah, true. It's like, oh my God, I'm wasting my time. But no, this is definitely a pandemic baby, and I made it. Like I had, I think everyone had kind of like a writer's block when it comes to pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first songs ever that kind of like got me away from it. And the song is really about confessing, like confessing your feelings. Not necessarily really if this person got rejected or not. In the end of the story, it's kind of inconclusive.
Right, yeah.
It's just mostly like, the whole song is a pep talk to myself. It's like, all right, you can do this. This is what you gotta do. I gotta tell this and stuff like that. It could be about love. It could be about anything. But in this context, it is about love.
Oh,
And
nice.
so yeah, it's about that.
Was it based on your own personal experience of love and just trying to come up with a way to describe to someone?
I guess, yeah. I mean, like, I have a tendency to like self-sabotage in a way.
Yeah. Don't we all?
We all do.
When it comes to relationships. Yeah. Oh my God. So this is kind of like a reminder, like, yeah, you gotta, like, pep up. You can do this.
Yeah.
There's like worst case scenario, they just say no.
Yeah.
So this is that song.
Of course.
All
of course.
right.
Yeah.
So tell, before we dig into your music and your upcoming album and everything, so tell us more about you. When did you start become a musician, and when did you start to write your own songs?
I started singing really early in my life. So my mom was like an event organizer, so there's like kind of like this nepo thingy where every time she has an event. Privilege, I'd say that.
I just want to say I appreciate you, mentioning that and kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be truthful. We all start somewhere.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and so like every event I would sing and stuff like that. And I find myself falling in love with music. But I've only started like writing, really writing is like when I turned 14 to 15. And that's when I started writing. Yeah, I guess it is.
You were teenagers.
Teenagers, you know how it is.
Everything that we want to write everything down.
Now I'm going back to it and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cringy. But at least I had a medium.
All right, all right.
So that's where I started. And then 2018, I released my first ever single ever.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's continuous process from there.
All right. So you've been started since you were 14.
Yeah.
And then become the songs since 2018.
Yes.
How many songs that you wrote since that day?
Oh my, I don't count.
Hundreds even maybe?
Oh my God. I mean, I would try to be humble and say no.
Okay. or even make it more easy that you put on the records.
Oh, okay. Put on the records that is already out now. I think maybe I have like six, 7 that is out at the moment. But like with the album coming on, there are like more songs for sure.
Oh, nice. That's interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. Now this song, I heard, as you mentioned earlier, it did have some, country-esque tunes.
Yes.
Maybe it was inspired by country as well. Can you tell us more more about your inspirations?
Yeah, for sure. This, especially like the newer songs, I try to take inspirations in many different musicians, but I take a lot on like older musicians like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
a lot.
I can definitely hear that.
Especially like my main instrument is a guitar.
Right.
And so I take a lot of inspiration for that, but like also 2010s, like country music, like it's definitely like pop 2010s.
Yeah.
It's so nostalgic, and I love that sound, and so yeah, Hosier.
Oh, okay. That's what we talk, right? It's sounds very familiar with us, and the sound and the way you sang your song is really beautiful.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Amazing. So, all I ever want is a new single that is already released.
It is already.
Is released. So, how did you manage? I mean, you wrote the song during the pandemic, but you start before the pandemic. How did you manage the transition?
Oh, it's actually, this song had like a really long writing process.
Okay.
It's one of the longest ones because like the song, if we listen to the first ever draft, it's like so different. I only found the chorus maybe 2021 itself.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I made the song maybe early 2020 and stuff like that. I've only found it like the chorus, like, you know what, this is the chorus by 2021. And I had the privilege, I had really good privilege having really good friends that I could, you know, like talk with them, and we workshopped a lot of the time. So we went back and forth. But then when we actually got to the final product, I was like, you know what, I'm happy with this. But this is one of the longest writing process. Yeah.
I'm curious, what was the it in the chorus that made you decide, yes, this is what the chorus needs to be?
So the original chorus was super mouthy, because I mean, most of my songs are very storytelling, because again, I write a lot, right?
Right,
and I read a lot, but then it felt a little bit too preachy, especially the first draft. But this one, what I felt like, you know what, this is it. It's because first of all, it's like easy to sing and it's easy to listen to, and with the message, it's like, it's that simple. You just say it, you know?
Right.
And so I felt like this chorus really say it without having to say a lot of it.
Right.
You know? Like, just that's why I'm like, you know what? Simple is the best.
Yeah.
The whole message of the song is, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's all about finding the beauty in simplicity.
Yes, that's why we can recall to the old music because of the simplicity that we can still listen to until today. So tell us more about the songs or the music that you've been created. I heard that you are starting, you are mentioned that you are started to write a song since you were 14, 15, and you can write a song like 8 songs in 8 days or something like that?
I mean, that was a moment that I don't know what I was eating at that point.
Tell us about
it happened.
How did that come to be?
Exactly. And what kind of songs?
Those were older songs. I think I did it when I was in fifth.
Like this songs or
similar, very much similar like this. I used guitar a lot and stuff like that. This 8 songs, I guess I was in the right place and in the right time. And 15, 16, that was a lot of feelings, you know, teenagers.
Exactly. A
lot of feelings. High school. Oh my God,
my goodness.
Right.
It's true. And so I guess, I don't know what happened. 8 songs every single day. It's just bam, 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 you know, like that. But from that particular exercise, I kind of find myself in, like, now that I'm kind of a little bit older, I find myself stepping back a little bit from like, oh, I need to finish song in half an hour.
I see.
Or I need to finish song 2 hours. More so like what this happened is like, oh, it's fine when I take my time and really think about what I want to deliver in the message.
Oh, that's nice.
So back then it was more kind of target oriented. You're trying to figure out you want to make X amount of songs in X amount of times. Now it's all about making sure that the end product is as good as it can be. Right?
For sure.
I'm going to ask you a really embarrassing question.
Okay.
Can you give us a small peek to one of the songs that you wrote at the time during your teenage years?
Okay. Or you just play with your guitar.
The guitar?
Of course.
Okay. Oh my God, it's been a while. 16, okay. Don't know how to start this song from my heart, 'cause when I love you so last year, so last year. You look so lovely with that smile you caught me. Oh, let me hold you in my arms, safe and sound.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Was it?
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked it.
All right,
Exactly.
maybe
I
we
can
should put it
recall from the
back
15
in
years.
Yeah.
Back, oh my God,
Yeah,
15
it's definitely
years,
worth revisiting.
16, it's always like that.
So,
wondering things.
How old were you? How old were you when you wrote that song?
15?
15.
16, yeah.
Wow.
From the
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from your stories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from what things that you write.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's amazing. So this year will be the album for you.
I hope so. If everything
Okay.
goes well.
How many songs will be in the album?
There's 10 to 11 songs.
Okay. And all the things based on your experience.
Yes. There's a lot of. I'd say it's like coming of age. I'd say there's a lot of family. There's a lot of questioning.
Okay.
There's a lot of pandemic. I'm a pandemic adult, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
Speaking about the things.
Oh my God.
We have games and challenge for you.
This
All
box
right.
appeared out of nowhere into my hand.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Magic.
Magic,
Houdini.
absolute
A lot of Houdini.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. So we have a challenge for you.
Okay.
We know that you are very talented in music. You can write a song, you can play an instrument and everything. So we want to challenge you that you can make a short song
Oh my God.
by choosing from the 3 things inside the box.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
All
You
right.
will find an item in the box, and you
3
need
things,
to make
right?
a song.
3 items.
Out of-
This is turning
So
into
3
a
songs?
horror movie.
3 songs?
Well, we have-
Oh, 1 song included 3 items.
I think so. Let's find out. We'll find
Okay.
out soon enough.
All right, you want to open it?
Okay.
Cecilia.
Wait, can I just
Yeah, you can
Can I
feel it
just-
first.
Uh,
Okay, all right. Let's start with the orange one. Then
I
go
didn't
on.
want to do this one.
Oh,
Okay, it's a
scissors.
scissor.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel curious. What is
Yeah, what is the second one?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think I made the right
Okay.
decision. I'm like,
Exactly.
the lesser
Yeah.
the weight,
Mm-hmm.
the lesser the sin. And I feel.
Okay,
yeah.
so the song's from Caesars.
Okay.
Not scissors.
Can
Write a song
I?
about scissors.
Oh my lord! Can I write? Can I
Of
write?
course,
Sure,
my-
you
of
can
course.
write.
Wow, she's so pro.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, we're like. Oh my god.
You can even do improv if you want, you know. I
Yeah,
like
you can.
scissors.
You can do it whatever.
They make
We
me
trust
warm in
you.
a
Oh my god,
blizzard.
this
And
is great.
This
Yeah,
is very
go on then.
sharp. Oh, definitely we
scissors are
cannot.
sharp.
We can't do this.
Make me feel warm. No, that
A
doesn't
for
make any
effort.
sense.
A for effort.
They
Thank
use
you, guys.
Caesar to
You're the pro.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Okay.
Here we go.
cut my hair.
Cut my hair. It will be bare if I cut too much. No.
Is this a challenge? I think they've done the challenge way better than.
All right, so Cecilia.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Ugly Caesars.
Oh my god. Okay. I find myself in situations I don't like. Well, I'm the one who ties it down. Oh, I'm the one who ties me down every night. So I have my scissors with me just to heal this heart of mine. And so I have my scissors with me just to heal this fickle heart of mine.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Is that okay?
Did you come up with that in your own head, like just now?
Oh my god, yeah, I guess.
That is absolutely crazy.
That's
my
brilliant.
God.
Wow.
Oh my lord. I feel, was it okay?
Yes.
I think I just blanked for the last 10 seconds.
No,
So
no.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't even realize that.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my God,
I guess we've just
Cecilia.
heard a sneak peek for her next single.
There you go.
Or something
Scissors.
that
Scissors
she
by
will put on TikTok or something
today.
like that.
You've seen it first. You're Folks on C
Scissors
today.
by C today. Scissors by C today. Ah, it's a good song. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Thank you for giving us the theme song for the C Morning Show.
Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
We're gonna use it.
Yes, we're looking forward to seeing you, more of your work, and
Yes,
you know,
of course.
all the best for you.
Looking forward for you to come back for the album and for the gig. We would love to see you in full performances.
And for Scissors to be released.
And for Scissors.
We're gonna bring you the
I think, yeah, this
Scissors.
is a good branding for me, Scissors. Yeah. That's good.
All right, thank you so much, Cecilia.
Thank you.
Let's take a break.
nice.
Yes, that was absolutely nice. Amazing. All right, we're going to take a break and we're going to have a recap of news from our previous segment. So stay with us on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.
Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on C Indonesia.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deportasi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment.
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Guys, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. And now it is time for some election time for you guys. So Vice Presidential candidate #1 Mohaimin Iskandar held a campaign at the Taman Kirana field in Tangerang, Banten on Friday. Now, he also held a mass prayer with the hope of winning the race in Banten.
Meanwhile, Vice Presidential candidate number 2, Gibran Raka Buming Raka, met with the youth in Bekasi to listen to their aspirations.
Now, in another location, supporters of presidential and also VP candidates number 3 collected dozens of kgs of waste to fulfill his campaign for a waste-free environment.
Vice Presidential candidate under ballot number 1, Mohaimin Iskandar, greeted residents at the Taman Kirana Surya in Tangerang on Friday. He held a campaign and invited the public to pray together for his hopeful victory in this year's general elections. He also appreciated the public's enthusiasm since they came to the event voluntarily to give support, which may bring the presidential and vice presidential pair to victory.
Yes, and meanwhile, Vice Presidential candidate Gibran Raka Buming Raka visited a cafe in East Bekasi on Friday. He observed various works from MSMEs in Bekasi, which displayed local traditional food, batik products, and also modified watches. Now, he also gathered with the creative youth of Bekasi and also listened to their aspirations regarding the difficulty of obtaining intellectual property rights, sources of business capital, and also market access. Now, additionally, he advised Bekasi to have a platform similar to the Solo Techno Park, which accommodates MSMEs, gaming schools, and also startup offices.
And move on to Jakarta, where dozens of Ganjar Mahfud's millennial supporters held an event to clean up waste in Bulungan on Friday. They circled around the area to urge the public to choose Ganjar Mahfud in the upcoming elections. The millennial supporters of Ganjar Mahfud, also called the Penguin Squad, aims to achieve a waste-free environment. At least 1,000 volunteers took to the streets to clean waste while campaigning at the Gelora Bung Karno Sports Complex. The Electoral Commission, or KPU, held a press conference at the KPU building on Friday regarding rule changes for the last presidential debate.
One of the changes is the extension for the closing statement from 2 to 4 minutes.
The Electoral Commission, or KPU, have finalized their policy regarding the last presidential debate that will be held at the Jakarta Convention Center in central Jakarta this Sunday.
Now, according to KPU, the last debate focuses on education, health, labor, culture, information technology, and also welfare inclusion. There will be no principal changes to previous debates.
However, the duration of the closing statement have been extended to 4 minutes following requests from presidential candidates. The commission added that this not alter the total duration of the debate.
Mengapa kemudian di debat kelima dan kemudian ya semacam sesuatu yang sangat spesial gitu. Nah, ini sebenarnya kan karena kebutuhan dari masing-masing tim paslon, bagaimanapun juga debat itu kan salah satu metode. Nah, pada akhirnya closing statement nanti terkait dengan visi misi dan kemudian kelihatannya memang kalau dalam suasana rapat-rapat debat pada akhirnya ada semacam kesadaran di antara tim paslon untuk nanti ada momen tertentu di bagian-bagian akhir.
Yes, and in the year of 2023 in Indonesia saw an uptick in the number of tuberculosis patients compared to 2022.
The campaign teams for presidential and vice presidential candidates have outlined their visions to combat this disease.
In 2023, Indonesia's health ministry reported an increase in tuberculosis patients, with numbers exceeding 809,000 across the archipelago, up from 724,000 in 2022. To address this growing concern, the campaign teams of each presidential and vice presidential candidate gathered for a discussion on January 31 in Jakarta. A member of Anies Muhaimin National Campaign Team, Ganis Irawan, emphasized that their party would prioritize several key principles in the fight against tuberculosis.
Yang pertama, fokus pada persoalan promotif preventif selain kuratif. Kemudian juga aspek kolaboratif dengan semua stakeholder yang terkait. Kemudian juga memberikan perhatian yang lebih kepada tenaga kesehatan.
In contrast, member of Prabowo Gibran National Campaign Team, Benjamin Octavianus, stated that the handling of tuberculosis should follow a similar pattern to the approach taken for COVID-19.
Saya sekarang dikasih uang untuk bikin penelitian TB dengan asing. Artificial intelligence saya dengan radiolog, tahu ya. Jadi baca foto ronsen langsung tahu kalau TB apa enggak. Kalau ada suspek TB kita konsul ke radiolog. Kalau normal enggak. Saya bikin ini semua perintah Pak Prabowo langsung dari tahun lalu, bukan baru hari ini.
Meanwhile, a member of Ganjar Mahfud National Campaign Team, Dipa Syabana, highlighted their party's commitment to addressing tuberculosis as a top priority, implementing a comprehensive approach outlined in their first vision.
Kita sangat sadar mengatasi dan mempromosikan masalah kesehatan di Indonesia, bahkan di dunia itu kan tidak hanya bisa dilakukan oleh pemerintah. Itu harus melibatkan masyarakat. Bukti kami sangat concern dengan itu, ada satu program kami, yaitu kami memberi dukungan nyata kepada kader posyandu.
In number of the previous year, the World Health Organization released a global tuberculosis report ranking Indonesia as the second largest country in terms of tuberculosis patients worldwide. To tackle this issue, Indonesia aims to eliminate the disease by 2030. Fahrian Bahri, Ferry Ahmad for See Today.
All right, that was it. So we'll come back with Indonesia Foods Update 2024, of course, and we're going for a quick break. And sports will return with a recap from the world of sports.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, lebih panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Harus naik satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
And welcome back to the C Morning Show. It's time for the final sports segment of the morning, beginning with boxing, where according to Queensberry Promotions, Tyson Fury has been forced to postpone his unification fight against Alexander Usyk. after he sustained a freak cut above his eye during a sparring session in Riyadh. The heavyweight finals were initially set to duke it out in the Saudi Arabian capital on February the 17th. Fury put his WBC belt and the WBA on the line, while Usyk followed through by placing his IBF and WBO titles. The winner of the bout will be named as the division's first undisputed champion since Lennox Lewis in the year 2000. Fury boasts a record of 34 wins and 1 tie, which he gained during a controversial fight against Deontay Wilder in December 2018. Meanwhile, his Ukrainian opponent, Usyk, has a record of 21 wins and 0 defeats. Fury also recovered from being knocked down by Francis Ngannou last October and beat the former UFC champion via split decision. On the opposing side, Usyk has defeated British boxers in his last 4 fights. He bested Derek Chisora in 2020 and Daniel Dubois last August, sandwiching successive points over Anthony Joshua. Usyk also won a gold medal in the 2012 London Olympics and became a renowned global figure for returning to the Ukraine when Russia launched their invasion in February 2022. And we move on to golf, where Dylan Fratelli, Joel Gerbach, and Jesper Svensson shared the top spot of the Bahrain Championship with 9 under into the weekend. This took place following a delay of devilishly tough scoring at the Royal Golf Club. Jesper Svensson shot a 7 under par 65 to share the lead in the Bahrain Championship with Joel Gerbach and Dylan Fratelli on 9 under. He carded an eagle and 4 birdies at the 10th over his first 8 holes on Friday's second round to move into contention. Meanwhile, Swiss golfer Gerbach shot a 70 despite starting the day 1 shot behind overnight leader Tom Vaillant. Not to be outdone, South African golfer Fratelli birded 2 of his last 3 holes for a 68. Meanwhile, Spaniard Alejandro sits alone in 4th place at the halfway stage since he was just 1 shot off the lead on 8 under. In other sports, paddle tennis has become a leisure sport for millions around the world from quiet beginnings in Mexico in 1969. And this week's Hexagon Cup in the historic Madrid Arena is being billed as the next step in its growth. Under the motto, for the fans, for the players, for the game, this revolutionary competition is a new and disruptive approach, but with the firm intention of transforming the sport of paddle. It features an all-new format in which 6 teams made up of 3 pairs each, 1 male, 1 female, and a star of the future, will compete for victory and a €1 million prize fund. There is the added flavor of celebrity team captains, including Rafael Nadal, Academy team, Robert Lewandowski's RL9 team, Andy Murray's Advantage team, Eva Longoria's 11-11 team USA, and Carlos Lopez Ley and Maria Esteves team Bella Puerto Rico. The team has secured pan-European network coverage with the potential of 160 million around the world as paddle tries to make a place for itself amongst Europe's major sports. The Hexagon Cup will take place January 31st to February the 4th, 2024 at the Madrid Arena. And from paddle, we move back to golf and golf carts, where a unique race in Dubai pitting two great names from different sports recently took place. Now, golfer Tommy Fleetwood went head-to-head against Formula One driver Lando Norris in the driver versus driver GP. Take a look.
Dubai delivered one-of-a-kind sportainment event combining 2 great names of different sports to compete each other. Golfer Tommy Fleetwood and Formula One driver Lando Norris enjoyed a once-in-a-lifetime experience in the driver versus driver GP. It is unlikely that either will ever again drive an armored-plated, super-powered golf buggy around a tight-cornered grass track with someone hitting golf balls at them from close range. Both men volunteered for the stunt at the Tommy Fleetwood Academy in Dubai. In the rules of the sport, each man must take his turn to drive around the course while the other uses a driver to try and hit the moving metal target. The winner is the driver who completed the fastest lap, factoring in the 5-second penalties for each golf ball strike. Meanwhile, the winner of the event was the McLaren Formula One driver, who after penalties completed the course in 1 minute 36.5 seconds, which is 4.2 seconds quicker than Fleetwood. Both men's career are on an upward trajectory. After a poor start of the season, 24-year-old Lando Norris propelled his McLaren into 6th place in the Formula One standings. Over the last 14 races, his point tally was second only to world champion Max Verstappen. Moreover, world number 11 Tommy Fleetwood has had another hugely consistent 12 months, playing a major role in Europe's Ryder Cup win and winning last month's Dubai Invitational, his 7th win of the DP World Tour.
Now, Lando Norris finished at a time of 1:36.5. Meanwhile, the sports segment finished at a time of 8 hours 51 in the AM. And so we're set for another short break. But when we return, entertainment news just for you. Keep it here on the C Morning Show, only on C Today.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the daily dose of entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depotsi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik ya. Aduh ya Allah. Baru kali ini.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Hey guys, welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. Liking the music.
Right?
Hippie hoppy. Okay. Guys, okay, so we're in the final segment. So we've got news just for you. Former NFL quarterback turned Hollywood action movie and also comedy star Carl Weathers recently passed away at 76. Now this was confirmed by his management, Matt Luber.
The actor who famously played Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise and Derek Chubbs Peterson in Happy Gilmore passed away on February the 1st. He died in his sleep at his residence. His manager, Matt Luber, said that he was an extraordinary man who lived an extraordinary life. He has left an indelible mark in films, television, arts as well as sports with global fame and generational recognition.
During his time as a football player, Weathers played for the Oakland Raiders from 1970 to 1971. He then played for Canadian Football League team the BC Lions from 1971 to 73. And soon after, he landed the role of Apollo Creed, a character that was inspired by Muhammad Ali and Rocky, and kept the role throughout the franchise. He most recently starred in the Disney Plus hit The Mandalorian and appeared in all 3 seasons.
All right. right, let's move on to another story. Now we are going to give you some updates from the Korean music scenes. Dozens of Floridians brave temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 degrees Celsius to celebrate Groundhog Day on Friday morning. I think it's another story.
It was the event's 20th year mark of celebrating the annual Groundhog Day at Hollywood Beach. Proceeds from the event were donated to the local lifeguard competition team. The event was led by local groundhog Phil, who delivered the message that Florida's winter is still 6 weeks away, and it was met with cheers from the ground. Now, is Phil a groundhog, or is that a human pretending to be a groundhog?
Okay, guys, so they then ran into oncoming waves in excitement and also had breakfast at a cafe that was broadcasting Groundhog Day celebrations live from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
It's a lot different than it is up north. We're a little bit warmer than you guys, but we try our best to keep the holiday spirit alive.
Everybody's having fun. It's 6 in the morning, and you're going for a nice wake up. It wakes you up.
Okay, trying to get the words correct. Punxsutawney.
Punxsutawney.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So this next feature would be one of Shafira's favorite because still related with Korea and K-pop, right? Okay, so K-pop group Twice recently released their first song this year called I Got You. So it is their third English single and also serves as a prelude to the release of their 13th mini album With You.
The new song vividly depicts the unwavering bond of love and friendship between the members of Twice. It combines straightforward drum patterns with dynamic melodies and rich harmonies to convey the essence of unity.
The music video features Twice members huddled together in the cabin of a ship while being tossed around in a stormy sea. They then head to the beach and perform an elegant choreo by the shore. It also includes the photo of band members dancing and holding hands in a golden field. They also make pinky promises with each other.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Fans have been eagerly anticipating Twice's comeback called Once, almost 1 year since the release of their mini album Ready to Be last year on March the 10th. So the group is also set to resume their 5th world tour Ready to Be, starting at for Seoul in Mexico City on the 2nd and also 3rd of February 2024. So afterwards, they will depart to Brazil as well as the United States and also conclude the tour at Japan's largest stadium, the Nissan Stadium, on July 27th and also 28th.
Wow. They made a debut to the South America as well.
I know. I know.
For the foreign group, a music group. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Especially from the Asia. Wow.
But still, pinky promise.
Yes, indeed. Pinky promise. I'm pinky promising.
It's a universal language.
Indeed. It is.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, everybody, that does it for today's episode of the C Morning Show on C Today. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and allowing us to bring you news through your favorite channel, hopefully on C Today. You can also follow us on all social media through Instagram, X, and YouTube. Our handle, of course, is at C Today News.
That's so C Today can now be enjoyed in Australia on Foxtel, the OTT platform Flash app, or in Macau Cable TV channel 84. Or if you are in the Philippines, you can also watch the converged version, channel 58, and also Singtel Singapore, channel 50.
For the Telkomsel users, you can also watch C Today on the Maxstream app. Don't forget to also tune in again tomorrow, same time, same channel, and be sure to also catch our afternoon show every day at 5 p.m. My name is Shafira.
I am Satya Pramesi.
And I'm Rahmalandi. We would like to say,
see Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Happy Saturday.
Stay tuned with me, Chef Rehan, only on Satisfactory, Cook Healthy and Cook Happy. Hello guys, back again with me, Chef Rehan, only on Satisfactory, Cook Healthy and Cook Happy. In this episode, I'm gonna make some cake based on berries, and it's called Cocoa and Berries Oat Bake. So, the ingredients in here, we have some oat right here, some eggs, and then flour. Then this is a